Okay. So what I'm discovering, have been discovering for a while, is that God is the ultimate paradox. God contains paradox. And I suppose, of course, it would. If God is everything, that would mean that God is also nothing, because nothing is part of everything. Wrap your brain around that. By the way, give up on trying to wrap your brain around what God is. My brain really wants to figure it out. It likes to figure things out so I can put it in a category and say it's this, and therefore it can't be this, or it's this, so therefore it can't be this. And that just doesn't work with God. It doesn't work. And honestly, I won't even catch myself doing that. I won't even realize that I'm doing that. And when I am, and when I insist that since it is so big and so massive that it can't possibly love me, let alone give half of a shit about me and what I'm doing on a daily basis. Yet, holy shit, I've experienced God that way. I've experienced the presence of God, what I know could be nothing other than God, move through me, drop me to my knees, immediate tears, with a full body knowing that's what it feels like to be in union with God. Which, by the way, we always are. We just can't always experience it that way, because we're in this world where it really feels like we're separated from God. But how is it that God can be this massive, fundamental thing that must exist? It must exist. It has no beginning, no end. It is. And it is also this deeply personal, loving thing that will hold you and guide you through the tiniest nothing of your day-to-day life. I've experienced God as both, and it trips me up. But what I will say is, when I get caught up in this tripping up and insisting that it is one thing or the other, and that it could not be both simultaneously, I feel separated from God. And honestly, my life feels clunkier. It feels like I'm making things harder. I can feel separate from God. And when I just allow myself to sit and hold the paradox, hold these things that seem to be in opposition, and know that both are true. Because my God, if anything can hold paradox, it's God. And if God contains paradox, if God contains opposites, all to be true and real at the same time, can that be possible about everything else in our world? Is this idea that paradox cannot be, that things that seem to be in opposition cannot both be somehow true and real at the same time? Isn't that where all of our assumptions and judgments and rigidity and finger pointing stems from? If God is the ultimate paradox and everything is of God, can we release that need to minute by minute, day by day, go out and say this versus this, then this? If this is good, then this must be bad. If this is right, then this must be wrong. Can we hold more space in our life for paradox and seeming opposites to exist, with the knowledge that we can't see shit from our perspective? Something that might look paradoxical is actually just two sides of the same whole. There's more room for love there. That leaves more room for compassion. That leaves more room for curiosity, growth, expansion, expanded consciousness. Try sitting in paradox and allowing it all, and watch your consciousness expand. It feels really good, actually. The discomfort will ease. And it actually feels really good to begin to move through this world and hold it all without judging, without shutting one thing down in order for another thing to remain open and true. It's a really powerful practice. And it changes everything. It makes life easier. And it helps life to flow. And it helps love to flow, which is what we need right now. What we have right now is a lack of love on this planet. And look what's happening. Okay. Love you.